We got a mismatch here. We got a mismatch here. Potentially get the ball back with one more drive in him before the half. And he doinks it! Max, awesome. 3 minutes. 3 years. I got you for 3 years. Winless World Beaters. Episode 5. Holy crap, dude. We're flying. We're in year 3 at Winless U. If you missed it last time, the rest of year 2. Another run to the championship in the Mountain West Conference. Another heartbreaking loss in the title game, but another bowl game against the Oregon Ducks, a team who swooped in and stole a recruit from us, and they stole a bowl from us too. It was not a great end to the season, but it was another magical season at Winless U. A lot to be excited about going into year 3. Today, all of year 3, we talked about it. We're going to get a year each episode. You're welcome. We're going to cut down on a lot of the nonsense. You'll see a lot of the recruiting talk near the end, mostly going over the class that we developed throughout the year, as well as how the year progressed. So we're going to kick off year 3, check out the schedule, get started, and see exactly how this roster is shaping up in our 3rd season in the Mountain West Conference. Can the Otters do it again? A 3rd time? Let's find out. So first things first, the draft results. Our first draft pick from the program, Keelan Rounds, the senior. We are losing our best receiver in the class, 88 overall. Went in the 4th round. Congratulations on being drafted into the NFL, Keelan. You deserved it. Our wide receiver room is going to be hurting this upcoming season, but we have put a lot of time into building out depth for that position. So hopefully a lot of that pays off. National Signing Day is finally here. The transfer portal is over, and we have brought in 29 commits. A few that we found in the transfer portal. It was a really thin portal this year. A lot of 2-stars to build out depth. Wyatt Hook, Earl Langford, Caleb McCreary, Tyquan Darnold. We brought in a new punter. And a couple of signings that we brought from the board overall that were still undecided, didn't have offers. We snuck in and got a couple more 3-stars. Trevor Aneni and Larry Flavors, bringing in the flavor at cornerback. Looking at the top classes, starting with the Mountain West Conference, we finished with the 2nd best class this year. 3 4-stars, 23 3-stars, 3 2-stars. Fresno State ended up getting a 5-star wide receiver, which is absolutely terrifying. They ended up with a 4-star wide receiver and a 5-star wide receiver, as well as 2 4-star tight ends. 4 4-stars. So Fresno State with a really good class. We still had a top 50 class in the country. Us, Boise State, and Fresno State all had really good classes. So I'm excited about the way that we shaped our board. We've got a lot of really good recruits. I told you Nathan Wade was our favorite signing, but we built out a lot of depth, especially on the offensive line. I think we still have a lot of really exciting pieces in place, and I'm not afraid of Fresno State anymore. I'm not afraid. We got over that hump last year. All right, training results are in. The team is up to an 83 overall with an 85 defense. Cam McPhee, the senior, up to an 84, but Enrique Everett, the redshirt freshman, up to an 84 overall, 92 speed, 92 acceleration. And then Brett Harvey, the redshirt freshman, right outside linebacker, an 83 overall. Really exciting to see 2 very young pieces of this team already at the top position-wise when it comes to ratings. A lot of seniors still here, though. Jack Cornelius, Quentin McNichols, Chris Farrell. But then our kicker, we're going to become Kicker U. I feel like we're honestly going to become Kicker U. And then Nico Jones II, up to an 82 as well. It starts to thin out a bit after that. Cameron Poe's up to an 80 overall after training. And we're starting to get there at quarterback. It's not great. We're still obviously trying to see how the team's going to build out. Tommy Pfeiffer in his redshirt freshman year is up to a 72 overall, 94 speed, 96 acceleration. Honestly, I think we're going to play Tommy Pfeiffer this year after redshirting him last year to let him develop more. Because Mike Sowles is a redshirt junior. He's only up to a 76. And then Farrell's also a junior. I don't see them progressing much at all. And I think we just got to give Tommy Pfeiffer the rock. And then look at all the redshirt freshmen in our running back room. Haynes, Foku, Werner, and Bannon all around the same. But Haynes and Foku kind of pushing themselves above. Cameron Poe is a junior and has been really reliable for us. But Tyree Haynes and Foku both have really good stats and are progressing really nicely. So they're probably going to get some touches this year. The big worry I have is at wide receiver. We have a thin room after training. We do have some players coming in. Enrique Everett's up to an 84. Ivy is up to a 79 in his redshirt sophomore year. and then it drops off pretty quickly. Trapasso didn't really progress much in his redshirt year. It's up to a 66 overall. That's not great. And JC Wysong is at a 78 overall. We got a lot of speed. I'm excited to see what our freshmen are going to look like for this room. I will say we're building depth at the position. It's going to be good going into another year with good offensive line play. We have a pretty solid offensive line overall, nobody below a 76. So depth there is still going to be really important because we do have a lot of seniors on this, but we have Taylor Sepulveda's up to a 78 as a redshirt freshman at left guard. And then Cade Wilder's up to an 80, redshirt sophomore, who's just behind McNichols, who's a senior. So Cade Wilder get more snaps next year, progress hopefully this year. I think there's a lot of offensive line talent that's really going to start to help us in the trenches. All right, the year 3 schedule is officially in, and it might be the most favorable schedule that the sim has given us, but the interestingly weird thing that it did is that it didn't give us a bye until the end of the season. We have 2 weeks off before the conference championship, so if we make the conference title game, we're going to be incredibly well rested. But North Texas, San Jose State, Utah State, FCS Southeast, that's your first 4. 2 on the road, 2 at home. Then a gauntlet in San Diego State and Central Michigan on the road before home games against Nevada, Boise State, Air Force, Colorado State on the road, Texas Tech at home, and UNLV at home to close out the season. Honestly, it's a favorable schedule, Texas Tech being the hardest team on our schedule. But we're going to really see what this team's mettle is with no bye week in sight until the end of the season. And I've set up our board for the year. We're going to check in, especially later as we get closer to the end of the season, let you know what our class is shaping up like. But we've got our first interest, especially from 5-star recruits. Vernon Nedney, the field general quarterback, 5-star. We are going after him, as well as Pat Cure, the wide receiver. And then a few 4-star gems like Jarek Robbins. And then really fast linebackers like Leo Dickinson, 90 speed. 89 acceleration at linebacker. We're going for some really fast depth at linebacker, but the player that is number 1 on my board, Max Awesome. I know he's only a 3-star. He is a gem, 92 speed at free safety, 81 change of direction, but his name is fucking Max Awesome. If you thought I wasn't going to go full bore for Max Awesome, you're wrong. That's the first player we want to bring in. I will do everything in my power to bring Max Awesome to our secondary at Winless U. All right, before we see how the season unfolds, let's take a look at the roster. Again, we're up to a 3-star program, 83 overall. I'm going to start Tommy Pfeiffer over Sowles. I know that Sowles is the redshirt junior. He is up to a 78 with his training, but I think Tommy Pfeiffer needs to get the start here as a redshirt freshman. Let's start to see how he develops. I've thrown redshirts on Trey Viscano and Viliami Okung, both up to 73 as well. Give them time to develop. And then in the running back, Cameron Poe and then Tyree Haynes are going to form a 1-2 duo. Foku not far behind. And I threw a red shirt on Jabari Lehman, see how he develops. And then wide receiver, we're obviously got a lot of depth currently. I put red shirts on Thomas and Shaheem Hobbs, but we're going to see how they perform. Enrique Everett and Wysong up at the top. Desmond Ivey was our top touchdown getter last year. And then Trapasso, Irving. And then Tommy Pfeiffer, our quarterback, is emergency wide receiver number 6. I mean, do it all for the program, I guess. At tight end, we have a ton of depth. We've got a couple transfers that we brought in. Wyatt Hook, the transfer tight end, will be really helpful in the pass game. He's got 85 catching traffic, 84 catching. And then I threw red shirts on Anena and Marks, 2 of the freshman tight end. We have a lot of tight ends on this roster. Honestly, far too many. And then defensively, Savion Anderson is up all the way to an 86. He's a 79 overall, but he's up to an 86. The redshirt sophomore. And middle linebacker Jack Cornelius is up to an 85. I threw a red shirt on Cantrell and Bugs, the freshman down there. Brett Harvey's up to an 85. Our defense is playing up big time. I threw a red shirt as well on Nathan Wade, our 4-star that came in last year's class. And then at safety, we've got a lot of good depth here. Luis Fine is already progressing really nicely as a redshirt freshman when Jaquan Odoms leaves this offseason. All right, we're just past the midway point of the season, and it's not been easy sledding for the Otters. 4-4, 3-2 in conference. Let's talk a little bit about it, show you a little bit of the board before we get into the backstretch of the season. A home loss to North Texas to open the season, and then a win against San Jose State, but then a close loss again to Utah State on the road before dominating FCS Southeast, obviously. A win on the road against San Diego State, but then another 1-point loss on the road to Central Michigan. Beat Nevada 31-24, but then lost 24-14 to Boise State. 4 games left on the schedule. Air Force, Colorado State, Texas Tech, who's up to 8th in the country, and UNLV. I'm going to step in for the Texas Tech game, see if we can get a big win on the road. But it's not been an easy schedule. Now let's talk a little bit about our board. It's been a pretty interesting development. We don't have a lot of needs, but let's talk about Kerr and Nedney, our first 2 5-star commits coming in at quarterback and wide receiver, and we did get Max Awesome. I told you, number 1 on my board. I wasn't going to leave without him. We also got Tim Pickney, and then we picked up Greg Mong, another wide receiver, another 4-star. We got a few guys that have dropped because of their needs, championship contender being one of them. We have dropped below the requirements. I feel like we're going to lose out on some guys for that reason. There is one 5-star that USC has swooped in and is close to taking from us. We are making one last push to try to get Marco Harvin, the 5-star gem power rusher. The defensive line would be absolutely bolstered by him. He would be the pinnacle of that defense for the next couple of years at Winless U. Hoping we can land him. We got a few more recruits on our board. We don't have a lot of team needs, so we've been able to focus on bigger fish on our prospect list and landing our very first 5 stars. Welcome in Pat Cure, Vernon Nedney. I can't wait to see how this team shapes up with those 2 coming in next year. All right, Texas Tech home game, though. The Red Raiders are coming to town. The Otters are 5-5 on the season. It's not been the prettiest season. It's not been another Cinderella season. A conference title game is not in our cards this year. But can we get a big win to bolster the program at home against another ranked opponent? Let's find out. We're going to jump in, play the moments, and see how this team shapes up. Get our first time with Tommy Pfeiffer. I'm excited. Let's get into it. We are at the Wyndome. Stadium Pulse will not come into play against this ranked opponent. They are on our field. First time with this offense. It's going to be a holding call on our very first play. Cameron Poe gets the first down, but it does not matter. That's not the start we're looking for here in the first quarter. We did get the ball second, so we did stop them. Defense did stand tall early on. Let's see how Tommy Pfeiffer performs. Big number 11. Springs, Wysong, and Everett here as well. Gonna hit the tight end, running across the side. Ooh, and he falls for the first. Springs was huge in that Boise State game, in the conference title game. We did not end up winning, but we had a great chance to win because of it. We're gonna go across the middle to Wysong. He's got some speed. Gets across midfield. All right, that's 2 first downs after the holding call. That's pretty huge. Let's go back to the run here. See if we can get Poe back in space. That linebacker screaming through. They expected it all the fucking way. So why don't we mix it up a little bit with a little halfback slip screen. Once again, trying to get Poe into some rhythm here early. Tommy Pfeiffer's having a great start to this one. Poe's going to get to the second level, but only 9 yards. 3rd and 4. Big conversion here. Probably one where we go for it on 4th, even if we don't get it. But we're going to see if we can pick this up. Tommy Pfeiffer is incredibly fast. Going to try to make a possession catch. Honestly, a horrible ball. We are going for this on 4th down. 4th and 4. Pfeiffer is so fast. I hope that we can get him into some space. Genuinely, I'm going to bring Ivy across the middle of the field here. I can't get the ball out of my hands. We're going to turn the ball over. Honestly, not a bad first drive, but that's also a mistake. I have to just get rid of the ball faster there or make a decision, and we got run over. Texas Tech scored. We're down 7-0. We're back in 3rd and 4. Once again, in plus territory. Trying to see if we can get the ball out of our hands. Dude, they're so unbelievably fast off the edge. We're not kicking a 57-yard field goal here. That was a conversion that we had. I'm going to try to bring Wysong across the right side of the field. Pfeiffer rolling to his left. I need him to get rid of the ball faster. That's the conversion we're looking for. J.C. Wysong comes up huge on 4th down, and they put us back in a 3rd and 1 here, running the Wildcat. Cameron Poe, can he get the first? He can't. Are you serious, dude? I'm running straight into the ass end of the defender. 4th and 2 here. Tommy Pfeiffer, biggest moment of his young career. And I'm throwing a fucking interception.
You blew it!
Stop me if you've heard this before. Bruce throwing across the middle to a poor, helpless receiver and helping his team in no way possible. A minute left in the second quarter. Texas Tech driving once again. We had an opportunity to tie this ball game, and I threw it away. Can we get a stop here in the red zone? No, we cannot. 1st and goal. Jake Strong at quarterback. Trying to bring a little bit of pressure here. I expect a run here on 1st and goal, even with 40 seconds left. No, he's going for the throw. Watch the middle. That's a pick! Nico! Honestly, he tried to throw that ball away. Unbelievable. That's so huge. If we went down 2 scores before the half, we were in seriously dangerous territory. That's going to be big, hopefully, momentum shift for the Otters. Not a lot of time left here in the second quarter. May not end up with any points for our team. But Nico Jones II, the junior, came up big last season in his sophomore year. Comes up big here at home. Get up, big fella. Turnover doesn't result in anything for the Otters. Red Raiders back in the red zone in the third quarter. Cameron Dickey's going nowhere. 7 rushes, 9 yards. Defense has been really stellar when it comes to the run game. But can we get a big stop here and force a field goal? Once again, going absolutely nowhere. 3rd and 7. Oh, what a breakup. Nico Jones again, dude. Get vertical or horizontal. I don't even know. For the 2nd straight defensive drive, Nico Jones II comes up massive and he doinks it through. It's 10-0 Texas Tech, but it could have been worse. Nico Jones got absolutely horizontal there to break up the throw. And look at him just doink this in off the post. Couldn't get a double doink, could we? As a Bears fan, couldn't let me have it. They're bringing us back in 4th and 11 in the 4th quarter, down 10-0, and we're going for it here. I'm not going to say that I love it, but I love it. Enrique Everett, our top wideout, gets the pickup. We get the conversion. And the Otters are back in business. This game's not over. 4 minutes left. I know we have nothing on the board. We could have had something on the board if somebody didn't throw an interception. I don't know who. I'm going to roll out with Tommy Pfeiffer. He's so unbelievably fast. Get to the outside. 11 rushes, 40 yards for Pfeiffer. Not a lot, but honestly very important when you got a scrambled quarterback. And just like that, 3rd and 7. Back in the red zone. We got a mismatch here. Touchdown! There was no way that linebacker was going to get all the way over there. Wysong scores, and the Otters have made it a 3-point game here in the 4th quarter. A huge drive. We came in on that 4th and 11 at our own 26. End up with a touchdown. J.C. Wysong, Tommy Pfeiffer, a beautiful ball. That linebacker had 0 chance to get there. We are back in business. And they're throwing us in right away. On defense, 1st and 10, 3:17 left. We need a big stop against this Texas Tech offense. They're going across the middle here. 2nd and 6. Again, short pickups. We're okay with this. I want to bring some pressure. I'm trying to get in this quarterback's face. He seems to be handling it pretty well. Stadium pulse a little bit here for him. Not a lot. And they convert the 1st down. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Feel like we want to use the 2-minute warning to our advantage here. 1st and 10, 2:30 left. We need a huge stop or this one is over. This is the biggest defensive test of the season for the Otters, and they get 9 on 1st down. If there's anything I'm porous at, it's stopping the run. And I missed the assignment. Oh my God, I shot the gap and I still missed.
I'm the guy.
Stop saying you're the guy. We all know that you're not the guy.
And we are going to lose this ball game, mostly on the back of my own interception. The drive was a little bit too little too late, but when it comes down to it, I got to make those plays. If I'm going to step in, I am responsible. I am the one on the line. My ass was grass. And that's our last time out. If we can get 2 stops here, we might have a little bit of time left. Not a lot, though. And we can't even get the stop. He's going to break it. That's all she wrote, folks. We had an opportunity with a home game for the Otters against a ranked opponent, and we're going to come away with a 3-point loss. There's still a lot to like. Tommy Pfeiffer, J.C. Weissong, there's a lot of players we really like on this team. And ultimately, the real question is, would they have won this game if I wasn't here?
You think I didn't think of that? Of course I thought of that.
That's what we're trying to find out. Are we going to build the program the right way, get the wins without me stepping in and taking over? But also, I still have to, when I do come in, play well. And we didn't play well for a lot of this game, unfortunately, when they did bring us in. The huge conversion on 4th down to Everett led to our first touchdown with J.C. Weissong. An absolutely perfect ball from Tommy Pfeiffer, but it's too little too late when I can't stop him on 3rd down. And we're going to lose this game to a ranked opponent. Our season is not going the way we want. We still have a chance to get bowl eligible, but it is not exactly a magical season in year 3 for the Otters. Everything is on the line in week 12. The Otters are 5-6, 4-3 in conference, and facing UNLV, who's 7-3, 4-2 in conference. A bowl is on the line here. The Otters have to get a win. We're going to step in and watch this team. I'm not going to throw this one away, and we're going to see if this team can clinch a bowl berth, get to that 6-win mark, the dream threshold in year 3, and hopefully be rewarded with a bowl and a promising end to the season after the heartbreaking loss to Texas Tech. And UNLV is in our red zone early here. 1st and goal at the 3. Can the Otter defense get a big stop here in the first quarter? And he's going nowhere running the ball. Star running back for the Rebels. Jaden Thomas, two rushes, 18 yards. 2nd and goal from the 6. This would be a huge stop to start this game. Again, another home game here for the Otters. Good way to close the season. Don't want to be on the road against a team like this. It's hot. They're running again, dude. 3rd and goal, 2 yards on that one. Back to the 4. This would be a massive stop for the defense. Let's see if Nico Jones, Cam McPhee, and this secondary can get a breakup here. Quarterback step it back all day to throw, and he finds his man in the corner. The tight end gets free, and it's 7-0 Rebels early. Not the start you're going to want when you need to get a win to get bowl eligible. A lot of football left for the Otters, though. Don't sleep on them. All right, Otters on offense in the first quarter, giving up the touchdown. Let's see what Tommy Pfeiffer and this offense can do. Absolutely going nowhere running the football. 3rd and 13. Already 3rd and long on your first offensive drive. Not looking good. That Otters staring me down like the barrel of a gun. Tommy Pfeiffer, a lot of time to throw. Crossing route is not going to get to the line to gain there. 4th and 7, and the Otters are punting. Not an awesome first quarter start for the Otters. Again, a lot of football left, though. I still believe. Do you believe? The Otters did get on the board. It's a 7-7 game. The defense is back out there, 3rd and 8, looking for a big stop here in the second quarter. Quarterback has plenty of time to throw. Goes to his check down, and he's not going to get there. 4th and 2, and the Otters force a massive field goal opportunity here. Potentially get the ball back with one more drive in him before the half. And he doinks it! This one's not going in. You're not the Texas Tech kicker, buddy. All right, Otters get the ball back. And it's still a tie game. Dude, I heard that sound around the damn world. And look at that sad football falling to the turf. 2-minute drill time for the Otter offense. 1:34 left at their own 40. Can Tommy Pfeiffer get this offense going, get some points before the half? Goes across the middle. There's the tight end again. Marquise Springs coming up big, just like he has in both years here at Winless U. And the Otters are across midfield now. A little bit of pressure coming from the UNLV defense, and Tommy Pfeiffer's going out running, and he's going to get a big first down. 32-yard line, 1:14 left. Only one timeout for the Otters. Smart play from the redshirt freshman quarterback. Pfeiffer once again going across the middle. Only going to pick up 5 on that 27-yard line. Clock running, 1:05 left here. Come on, Pfeiffer. Show him what you got, buddy. Once again, finding his routes close, getting first downs. That's what matters. 16-yard line, 47 seconds left. Tommy Pfeiffer turned the ball over. I have no idea what happened. It skipped right to the defense. And all of a sudden, it's UNLV football. We got to go look at what happened here. There's going to be nothing doing here to end the half. And they're just going to kneel this out and go to halftime. Let's go look at what the fuck happened with Tommy Pifer in the offense. They were cooking! All right, jumping into the menu just to see what the hell happened at the end of the half there. Tommy Pifer with 2 interceptions today. Looks like he threw an interception on that drive. The moment that they took us out, before they put us back in, Tommy Pifer threw another interception. 7-9. He has 2 incompletions, and both of them were to the defense. So, not a great start to the final game here for Tommy Pifer. There is still a second half of football left, but oh, what a blown opportunity. Nothing doing in the third quarter, nothing from either team. In the fourth, 3rd and 8, and they're going for the run. 4th and 4. Huge stop for the Otter defense. Another field goal opportunity for this kicker. He doinked one in that first half. Still a 7-7 ball game. This one's been really close, very tight defensively. This one's going straight through the uprights. It's a 10-7 lead for the Rebels. The Otters have to get something going if they want to get that magical 6th win and another bowl appearance. Will Tommy Pifer put one beautiful drive together and win this football game? Otter offense back at it at their 20-yard line. Tommy Pifer, not a great day for the young quarterback. But what a throw. I'm sorry. Turned around, nowhere to go. I thought he was just going to throw that ball away. Finds his man and gets it all the way up to the 39-yard line. This kid's got a sling on him. Read option. Tommy Pifer keeps it. Oh, thought he was going to get the first down there. Gets absolutely flattened. 2nd and 1. 2:47 left. Clock running. Looks like the Otters have all 3 timeouts. And Pifer almost throws a game-losing interception. We saw that a lot with Joe Bowers the last 2 years. I'm very scared of Tommy Pifer's arm at times. And a huge conversion! And he's got room to run up to the 30! When he's good, he's good. Offense moving up quick to the line. Not using these timeouts. Using a lot of clock, though. If they want to get a touchdown, I would hope they would use a bit more time here. Play action. Pifer stepping back. Gonna have to just get rid of this ball. And he throws a pick! Tommy Pifer, fuck me! It's a running theme with the Otter offense and late game interceptions. These fans are tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. Tommy Pifer, you were putting together a beautiful drive. Everything was looking great. Just get rid of the ball. He got that dog in him, and Alex Dog picks off Tommy Pifer. Defense bearing down on him. Ivy had no chance of making that grab. 3rd and 8 for the Rebels. 1 timeout left for the Otters. A stop here gives you the ball. Can the defense come up big one more time? And he's wide open! Busted coverage on 3rd and 8. And a bowl is not in our future this year. We talked about potential down years. Our first couple years, a lot of highs, a lot of excitement, championship berths, bowl eligibility. A lot to be excited about still. There's a lot of players that we're really excited to see progress. This season was always a potential wash. And unfortunately, it's going to look like a losing season without a bowl, but an exciting class coming in. So you take the wins, you take the losses. There's still so much to be excited about. The Otters put a touchdown on the board in the final seconds, but it's too little too late. Another loss at home, back-to-back weeks, heartbreaking losses. Couldn't get the stops when you needed them most. Couldn't get the points when you needed them most. A big turnover from Tommy Pifer late in that 4th quarter. Put the game a little bit out of reach. Just have to want more from your team. There's a lot of excitement in this program. This is one of those years that you're going to want to forget about, though. But it's going to be better. The championship is coming. I can feel it. All right, rounding out this week's episode, year 3 coming to a close, 5-7 season for the Otters. No bowl game, but a lot to be excited about. Our program is starting to take shape, especially when it comes to our recruiting. This is our best class, at least prospect-wise. Not a lot of players we signed. We didn't have a lot of needs to fill. We did that over the first couple of years. We got our first 2 5-stars in Pat Kerr and Vernon Nedney. We also got Max Awesome. We filled out free safety, especially. We got a couple really exciting commits at free safety. We got wide receivers and Mung, and we also got a great power back for the room. We have a lot of running backs. We added one more in Jalen Rasmussen. We also added in safeties in Keene, and we had another run stopper in Riggs. We unfortunately lost the 5-star gem Marco Harvin to USC. They snuck in at the last second and undercut us. I gave it everything we had, but he is going to Southern California. That's a real bummer. That would have been the biggest signing in our class for sure. And we also lost the 4-star tight end Crozier to TCU. But I really like our class. Looking at where we're at currently in the Mountain West Conference, we have the 26th best class in the nation. We're still behind Boise State. They have a few more recruits than us. We have 2 5-stars, 2 4-stars, 7 3-stars, and 1 2-star. But Nedney, the 6'6 quarterback, field general, and Kerr, the 6'2 wide receiver with 93 speed, are top 2 players in our class. Really exciting. I'm super pumped. All right. Scary scenes when it comes to our potential transfers. I'm really hoping we can get a lot of these players to stay. Cameron Poe wants to leave because of the playing style. Luis Fine, which was one of our biggest pickups in our first season, also wants to leave for playing style. And then Trey Viscano, the freshman quarterback, wants to leave for championship contender status. I'm going to try to convince some of these guys to stay. I would love to not lose Poe, even with our depth at running back, but I especially don't want to lose Viscano. Fingers crossed we can get a couple of these guys to stay at Winless U. The only player realistically that we were excited to get back is Fine. The redshirt freshman free safety is going to stay, but Trey Viscano has decided to leave. Cameron Poe has also decided to leave, and so has Lito Levels and Joshua Gonzalez, who had a high persuasion chance but still chose to leave the program. But Luis Fine, thank you for sticking with us. It's going to get better. This is just a rough season, but next year's going to be so good. I have a good feeling. I believe. I'm not coping. You're coping. All right, that's going to do it for year 3, episode 5 at Winless U, 5-7. Not a great season. Not a great season in conference, but a really exciting draft class, albeit small because we don't have a lot of positions to fill. Frustrating to lose those last 2 games, not get to a bowl, but there's still a lot to be excited about. We are obviously losing some players to transfer. We got Luis Fine to stay. Next week, year 4. We're moving so fast through this. I'm so excited to see the development of our players, go through the schedule, everything that we did this week. We're bringing it back next week. Another year at Winless U. It's going to be really exciting. We got those 5-stars coming in. It's going to be really interesting to see how this roster starts to take shape with some of these younger players that have been developing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the love and support in this series. Go Otters, and I will see you guys next time.